Welcome to Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. As far as opening hand goes, yes, we will keep on this one. I like it. We have a board wipe. We've got Inferno Titan. We've got Angrath, Toxic Deluge. Yes, this is very. I just played a game with Baby Kroxa. Yeah, we've got Baby Kroxa. We got to call it out when we see it. Let's go. That's so dumb. Fabled Path. We've got all basic lands, so let's just go for Fabled Passage. We'll crack this, and then we will cover our commanders in just a second. So, since we are looking at, I guess, potentially double red. I guess we just grab a red source. I feel like we've actually, yeah, we've got more black in here, so we're just going to go and grab a swamp, and then we should hit a red source by the time we need to go for Inferno Titan. So we're playing Baby Kroxa, Baby Titan of Death's Hunger. Whenever Baby Kroxa enters the battlefield, sacrifice it, lets it escape. Then whenever Baby Kroxa enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card. Then each opponent who didn't discard a card, discard a non-land card this way, loses 3 life, then escape for double black and double risk. We're going to make Kroxa normal size, that way our opponent feels intimidated. Because we need to do, ooh, Demonic Tutor. Yeah, let's go Mountain. And I think we Demonic Tutor for... Either way, I want to get this going. Yeah, let's just get this popped out and see what we want to end up grabbing with Demonic Tutor. We might just kind of grab some mana. Something like Mana Crypt might actually end up working out, because that puts it at 5 next turn. We're going to be able to churn out an Inferno Titan really quick. I was thinking about going Phyrexian Arena, but I don't think it's in here. I looked at my deck list really quick. I've been kind of not hot and cold with Phyrexian Arena. There's just different play styles I go for if we include it in there, and this happened to not be one of those. I think I just have a lot more card to draw. So let's do this. Let's just go and grab Mana Crypt, or actually... Yeah, we have access. Actually, I kind of like Angrath. Let's do that. So let's go Mana Crypt. That puts us on a turn 3 Angrath. That sounds like a pretty good option. And just so we're not dodging a counter spell or something like that from our opponent, let's go and go for Mana Crypt, and then let's go and pass the turn to our opponent. So playing against Jodah, Flying Circus over there. Flying, you may pay Wooburg rather than pay the mana cost for spells that you cast. So let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you're quarantined, if you're stuck in the house, if you want to get your family out or your friends out, head over to MTGOTraders. We have Kroxa's Belly set up. You can go in there and play in there and have a grand old time at MTGOTraders. There you go. All right, let's go and choose tails on this Mana Crypt Trigger. Don't go too far deep into his belly. He might eat you, so... Need to be careful about that. That's not going to be good. Let's choose tails on that one. One the flip. We are 1 for 1 on those Mana Crypt triggers, and this is perfect. Let's do it. Let's go swamp, and let's go and go for Angrath. Getting down Angrath on an empty board state and then just really attacking our opponent's hand is just, oh, this is just lovely. Exactly what this deck wants to do, and then we can actually end up going for Kroxa next turn, and that'll be pretty rough. So... Also, let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com/Jolt. If you go there, you're going to be able to apply a coupon code. It's going to help you get something pretty cool and help me with the coupon code. So that's always nice. If you want to check out my playmats, search Jolt539 on their website. You'll be able to see some of my cool designs. And also, let's give a quick shout out to Patreon. So if you'd like to be a Patreon on my channel, hey, much obliged if you do. I can get your name in the credits. You can get some promotional. They got their own Mana Crypt. You can get some promotional giveaway tokens and support cool content like this. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're keeping score at home, it's officially free time. Let's have some fun. They got off to a real Mana Crypt into Jeskai Banner. They're able to keep up with Mana Crypt. But thankfully, we've got Angrath and Kroxa. So it's going to be 2 cards they have to discard next turn. So I feel pretty good about this. They went pretty deep on the banners, too. They've got Jeskai Banner and Abzan Banner. So... that's pretty neat. Now, if they do end up going for Jodah, the good thing about that is that's going to cut them off 5 color. And so, or at least next turn, that should give us enough time to go for Dreadbore. So that's going to be a pretty good option. Even if they do end up going Jodah, we've got the option of going for Inferno Titan, too, to kind of pop our opponent's creatures. So that might end up being a pretty good option. But yeah, with my computer, I think, fingers crossed, I think it's fixed. And I'll talk about that here in a second. Let's go and choose tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. We won the flip. We are 2 for 2 on those Mana Crypt triggers. And let's go Catacombs. Let's go for the +1 on our opponents, make them get rid of a card. Just love Angrath just banging that hammer over there, making them lose 2 life. And we'll see what they discard, and we'll go and crack Catacombs. And then probably end up going Kroxa. I think that sounds... I mean, we could go Inferno Titan if we wanted to. I just really want to get rid of any sort of, if they're playing a Jodah deck, more than likely they have some sort of, payoff card in their hand. So I just really want to make them get rid of it. Okay, that's Temple of Enlightenment, and let's go for Kroxa. Probably... I'm not sure if we're going to be able to fill our grave. I mean, we've got Catacombs, and we've got Dreadbore, Toxic. We're so good on mana, I think I might just have Kroxa go back to the command zone. I think that might be I think that's going to be better. I mean, because even though we lose out on it, we just really want to make our opponent hellbent. Make sure they have nothing left in the hand of any value, because that's basically going to be the only way that we can attack Jodah. So let's have it enter the battlefield. It's going to make them discard a card, and then we're going to make sure that Kroxa goes back to the command zone. There we go. Let's click on it. Yes, going to go back to the command zone. Almost yielded through our turn. That would have not been good. So we did activate Angrath. We got Kroxa. Don't really need to Toxic Deluge, so anything else, we're just going to go and pass turn to our opponent. So, if you did not know, I've been having computer problems recently. In fact, it's very frustrating. You know, it's not that bad if I'm just on my computer. Let's say I'm doing stuff for work, or let's say I'm doing some graphic stuff. I usually save my files a lot while I'm doing that stuff, and so I don't have to worry about losing any of my stuff. But when I'm recording Magic, and then my power supply goes out 15 minutes into a game, almost like right before we're about to win. Oh my goodness, that is frustrating. And so I was dealing with that. In fact, I almost had a Kroxa video that should have gone out yesterday, or at least, yeah, when you're watching this, it'll be yesterday. But yeah, I got 15 minutes into it, and then my computer just turned off. So originally when I opened it up, I was thinking it was a CPU overheating because that thing was dusty. It was bad. It's going to crack. I was almost embarrassed how dirty it was in there. I was like, oh, poor computer. Let's get this popped out. Let's go ahead and grab a Canyon Slow, because that's going to enter the battlefield tapped either way. And that way it's going to untap and then just end up going for the +1 again. Yeah, I think so. Let's go and choose Tails on this one. Lost the flip. I think we're 2 for 3 on those now. Oh, and the Doom Whisper. Okay. Let's go for the +1. Going to have our opponent discard that last card in their hand. And this is pretty much where this deck wants our opponent to be, you know, making their resources, different things like that, making their land drops, and then just really attacking any sort of way that they can win the game with. And then even if they can get past the discard, we're going to be able to follow it up with something like Dreadbore or Toxic Deluge. All right, so opponent's going to go for Chromium. It's going to enter the battlefield, flash, discard a card. All right, so we're going to be able to at least go for Dreadbore on that. That's going to be really good for us. Let's go Dreadbore on Chromium because they have no card to discard. Oh, yeah, look at that value. Let's go Mountain, and then we can follow it up with Doom Whisper. I think that sounds like a pretty good. All right, opponents can scoop it up on that one. I don't blame them. There's not much left to happen after that. But I'm going to record another game with Kroxa, and I'll explain what went on with my computer. So I'll see you in that game. Welcome to Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. As far as our opening hand goes, let's keep on this one. We've got a no-lander. No, we're not. We're gonna mulligan. That's gonna be Urborg, Vampiric Tutor. I mean, that actually puts us on for a pretty quick rankle, which, yeah, I think we're okay with that. Yeah, let's give it a shot. I don't really want to go past 6. So I guess what we're gonna put on the bottom, I like Storm Breath on this one. I like having some sort of mid-range threat. I guess we just put Air Bows because, you know, following up rank, if we hit our land drops or hit our mana, Rankle followed up by Storm Breath Dragon sounds pretty good to me. So all right, we're gonna put that on the bottom. Click OK. It's going to be us going first. Let's go. I guess we'll just wait and see if they've got discards. So, but anyway, welcome back to Kroxa. I don't know how I'm going to splice this video together, but it should be a video before this one. Unless this one just goes long or crazy long or something like that. Or I will end up putting this after the other one. So let's just say that. So there we go. Welcome back. But yeah, as far as my computer, y'all know about Kroxa. We're playing... it's not Anje. Maybe it's Anje. Anje, Falcon. I cannot remember. And somebody left the nastiest comment that called me like uncultured swine for not knowing how to pronounce it because it's German. So shout out to that person. Hopefully they're having a better day than that day. And also, if people ever leave a nasty comment, it's just instant ban hammer. Oh, dang it. Should have gone Vampiric Tutor on that one. Oh, dang it. Click through that turn. That's a bummer. Sorry about that. Let's go Mountain. Yeah, because I was thinking about going Mana Crypt with Vampiric Tutor, and that would have been a quick rankle. So, anyway, I was just trying to figure out how to say that, our opposing commander. But let's go and cover them real quick. Playing against our opposing commander, Anje. That's how it's gonna be for the video. Haste, discard a card, draw a card. Then, whenever you discard a card, if it has Madness, untap Anje. So there we go. Opponent's got Graven and Swamp down. We will end up going for Vampiric Tutor, probably on Mana Crypt. I just really like the option of going for Rankle. That way, if they do end up going for the commander, we can make them sacrifice it if we want to. But I think I really like think I like the discard on this one. It'll be just kind of a matchup against discard, which could end up working out. Okay, so let's get to our end step. Let's go and go for Vampiric Tutor. Let's grab that Mana Crypt. Yeah, that would have been nice to do this last turn. Definitely sequencing error, but you know, it's just kind of one of the downsides to the to delivering commentary while you're playing sometimes. That's just how it goes. Let's have Mana Crypt come down. Let's go for Rankle. And then we can follow up with Kroxa next turn. If we don't hit the land drop, we can certainly do that. So let's go Mana Crypt, and then we're going to go for Rankle, swing it at our opponent and get them to discard. All right, let's get the Master of Pranks himself on the battlefield. I actually built Rankle a long time ago, but I have not recorded with it because I didn't know how heavy discard would go in 1v1. So I need to kind of see how that would go. All right, so we need to get the trigger on the stack. Let's put each player discard a card. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. All right, so they might have a Madness card. They can take advantage of it. Hopefully they don't. Let's just go and get rid of Crux of Fate at this point right now. Click OK, and then pass the turn over to our opponent. So hopefully we hit a lane drop that does put us on Gilded Lotus, but if we want to be aggressive next turn, we can end up going Stormbreath Dragon. So we'll kind of see what our opponent deploys out. But yes, as far as my computer goes, I've been having problems with it randomly restarting. I ended up figuring it out. Originally I took it apart and kind of dusted it off. It was just horribly dirty. I felt really bad about that on my poor computer. I felt like if my computer could give me a frown face, it would have after I saw all that dust in there. Got it cleaned out, and then the problem still continued to happen, random restarts, and so that was definitely a bummer. And then somebody, I think Joel Holloway, shout out again. I think that was the name. I'm not looking at the comment section, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Whenever a creature controls does combat damage to player, put that many +1 counters on it. Okay. We got some fun stuff going on our opponent's side. But anyway, they suggested it was maybe our power supply, and I've replaced it and hasn't done it so far, and I've been recording for about an hour. So that's a very nice feeling. Very comforting. All right, so let's go Dreadbore on old Necropolis over there. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, that's going to be a 6/5. We definitely don't want that out there. They did burn a Dark Ritual to get that out pretty quick, so I think that'll actually end up working out for us. Let's go and swing with Rank. I don't think we're going to discard any cards at this point, so we're just going to choose any number. Yeah, so let's go and swing it for 3. Knock them down to 22. And then let's get this trigger on the stack. We're going to click OK, and then pass the turn back over them. Keep our fingers crossed for that lane drop so we can go for Gilded Lotus. But yeah, so I replaced the power supply. We had 460 watts in the old one. It was really dusty inside the power supply, and so I was thinking I could blow it out, but I just remember having this feeling of like, this is the power supply. Like, do I really want to, let's say dust got in there and worked its way into some capacitors or something? I don't know. And so I was like, it's just worth it for me to, while I have this computer apart, just to get a new one. So I ended up getting a 700 watt one. That might be a little overkill for my computer, but, just in case I upgrade some stuff on it or at some point, or I'm doing some, recording some more not commander content, but video game content. I've been doing some Animal Crossing, different things like that. So let's say that I want to record, I don't know, a first-person shooter or something. I just figured having a little bit of extra power would kind of end up making it worth it. So, but so far it's been good, and I've never changed the power supply out before, so that was definitely interesting. I just wrote down all the cables where they needed to go. So, all right, wanted to flip on that one. And if I repeated any part of that story, I do apologize. This is like the 3rd Kroxa video, and one of the videos I recorded earlier, and I can't remember which video I've told which story in. So if you heard the story again, it's not Old Man Jolt. I just can't remember, to be honest. All right, so we're going to pay 2 life. Let's go and shock this one in. And I think we just end up going Stormbreath Dragon. Yeah, I like this. So let's go Stormbreath Dragon. And then what we're going to do on this one is we're going to go and sacrifice Rankle to their own ability. Let's go and push in, and we might even just go and discard 2. So it's going to be 7 in the air. Yeah, I kind of like that. All right, so let's get the Rankle trigger on the stack, and let's go for each player discards a card. Each player sacrifices a creature. So we're going to click OK. Get a really nice 2-for-1 on this one. We do have to sacrifice Rankle, but we're able to replace it with the Stormbreath Dragon in the air. So I feel like it's a pretty good trade. Now, we will be getting rid of Gilded Lotus, but at this point, I'm like, hey, I want to put as much pressure on our opponent as possible. So Rankle's going to bite the dust. Thank you so much for the sacrifice. And then our opponent's gonna scoop it up on that one. So there we go. Even though it wasn't a crazy win with us, you can just see we're just, constantly attacking our opponent's hand. Their board state is more than enough to kind of put the pressure on them to close the game out. So hey, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.